We are today going to do 3-3A. We're multiplying fractions with models. By the end of the day, you should be able to draw a picture on your own. I wouldn't expect that the picture makes sense. It should make sense to start, but you wouldn't necessarily be able to do it all by yourself to start. Okay? I used to have geo boards where we would use the rubber bands. Notice that there's 4 spaces, so they divided it into fourths because it's 3/4. They divided this side into thirds. There's 3 spaces. They then used a rubber band to mark off 3/4 and 2/3. Here's the deal. I find this geoboard thing kind of confusing. I find that if we just draw the boxes, it's a little bit easier. And since I don't have enough geoboards for us anyway, we're going to skip to that. Your job is to draw the same pictures that I draw, and if at any point in time you're confused why we did something, that you stop me and ask. Okay? And then when I say you have partners, today just only Bree and Izzy are going to compare answers. You two are going to act as partners because you two are close and you're the only ones without them. Otherwise, your partner is the person you're sitting next to. So what's going to happen is I want us to do this example on our board. So you're going to write 3/4 times 2/3, and I will blow that up a little bit. 3/4 times 2/3. And we're going to figure out what that is. I'm going to draw a box to start. Okay. The first number we're going to draw first. The second number we're going to draw second. Always. So we're trying to find out if we had 3/4, what 2/3 of that would be. So we aren't even starting with a whole one. Now we're going to find 2/3 of that. So first I want to start with 3/4. So how many pieces do I have to draw this box into? I have to divide it up into how many pieces? If I'm looking for 3/4, how many boxes do I need? 4, because I'm dealing with 4 size pieces. Remember, 3 lines will get you 4 spaces. So I pick 4th because the bottom number, the denominator, is always what the size of the piece is, right? But if I have 3/4, how many of them am I going to color in? 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of lightly color in 3 of my 4th size pieces. Everybody's with me so far? So this top part that I draw stands for 3/4. The other way, I'm going to draw 2/3. I want 2/3 of this colored in space. Well, what size pieces do I have to draw now if I want 2/3 of it? I'm going to Bree. Not Michaela, because she's answered almost every question today. You're on fire. Someone else. Destiny. Why thirds? You're right. Good. That denominator says 3. So I'm going to draw 2 lines to make 3 boxes. And then how many of them am I going to color in? Says my fraction, Destiny. 2. And notice I'm going to color the other way. I'm going to color 2 of these thirds. All right? So I drew 3rd size pieces here and here, and then I colored in this way 2 of those 3 pieces. So I started with 3/4. Why didn't we just draw 3 boxes to start? Why did we draw all 4 of the boxes? Why didn't we just draw 3 boxes? What do you think, Steph? Yeah, they have to be the 4th size pieces, and then there were 3 of them. So since I had those 3, now I want just 2/3 of them. Notice they're broken up into 3. I only want 2 of them. How many boxes are colored in both ways? How many boxes are colored in both ways now? There are 6 of them, right? There's this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. But what size are those boxes? If this is my whole thing, how many pieces are in my box? What size is my box? They are what size pieces? How do you know, Riley? Good. Remember we had 4 pieces, and each one of them we broke up into 3 things. And so we had 4 pieces 3 times. We broke each of them into 3 pieces. So we ended up with 12ths. We had 3 pieces, and we took 2 of them, and we got 6. 6/12 is what fraction reduced to lowest terms? 1/2. Because I could take this piece and move it here, and this piece and move it here, and end up with half of my box colored in. One of the two equal sized pieces. And so, you and I both know that when you were in elementary school, they said numerator times numerator is numerator, denominator times denominator is denominator. I know that. We're doing easy ones today where you should be able to get the right answer. Do you see now why the answer has to be 6/12 though? Because we had 3 pieces. We divided each of them into 3 pieces and took 2 of them, so there were 6 total pieces. And then there were 12 total boxes. So the reason we have to keep drawing, even though we don't have these, we don't even use this piece. Why do we even have to draw it? It's so that we'll know what size the pieces are. Stephanie. So the 3/4 part made sense to you, right? We drew in 4 of them and then we colored 3 parts. That made sense? Okay. Then we divided this into thirds, right? Because this number right here is 3. So we need 3 equal sized pieces. That part made sense? If it didn't, does it now? We have to make this same box into 3 equal sized pieces, so we drew the other way so we wouldn't get confused. Do you see how there's 1, 2, 3 boxes this way? Yes or no? And that's great. Bree, that you're asking a question. Keep asking.
I have something to say. So you're drawing 3/4
The first time. Yep.
straight up and down.
Yes.
And you're drawing 2/3
The other way.
And then you're putting them on top of each other.
Yes. And we're seeing which part gets colored both ways. Yes, that's a great way. Is that helpful? That's a great way to say that. We're drawing it one way, up and down, for the first number, and side to side for the second number. And then when they're on top of each other, whichever thing gets colored in both ways is our answer. Yes, that's a great way to say that. Kyra. Yes, this is an area model, exactly. That's right, because it's length times width, right? Area of a rectangle is always length times width. We're taking the length, which we said was 3/4, multiplying it by the length, which is 2/3, and figuring out what part shows up that has both things in the same spot. Yes, that's a great analogy. Oh, this is brilliant. Good stuff today. And so we're saying what we have is the 6, that's the top, out of how many total are possible. And we know how many total there are because we started with 4 pieces, but each 4 of those 4 pieces got divided into 3 other pieces. So we had 4 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. It's okay with me if you can't draw it on your own. Does it make sense where the numbers came from? That part is important to me. Thumbs up, I got it. Medium is medium. Thumbs down is curses and swearing. For real. Okay, if we're still a sideways one, after the next drawing, your job is to ask questions. We're still going to do it together. Okay, we're still going to do it together.